All right, hello guys, welcome back to this channel. This is Ezekiel Akingbola speaking this morning. I believe you can hear me. This is Ezekiel Akingbola speaking right now. This is day one of making content daily. Day one of making content daily. So I'm going to be making content daily every day till the end of this year. Every day I'll be coming live. If I don't come live, I'll have a pre-recorded video where I will be, sharing some stuffs with you guys. I'm preparing you and myself for the year 2026, right? You have tried as much as possible or promised yourself as much as possible to become better. In fact, you did as much promise to yourself, or you gave yourself a lot of promise last year, and this is a new year, and you are about to enter the year. And when you don't prepare for a year, you might not be able to get the goodness out of that particular year. So, in this particular live session, we'll be walking you through different topics, including goal setting, including how to make the year very productive, talking to you about different financial, decision you have to make for the year, talking to you about the different mistakes you might have made this year that you might have not have known, and trying to see how we can become better in the year 2026, trying to show you up or open you up to as many business and financial opportunities as much as possible. That's what I'm going to be doing in this live. So I'm going to be taking the next 30 minutes to have a discussion with you right now. So in today's topic, I'll be talking about resetting your mindset before 2026, how to finish your year strong. So I'm going to be looking at how you can reset your mind in this year and how you can have the right kind of mindset and be able to deliver the best of results in the year 2026. Now, one of the things you should take note is that everything starts from the mind. Everything starts from the mind, right? The kind of person you will become, the kind of person you will be, the kind of results you're going to get starts from your mind. So the mind is the determinant factor or determining factor of the kind of person you will be. The Bible says, out of the abundance of the heart, right, the mouth speaketh, right? From the abundance of the heart of a man, from what he even says, you will know the kind of person he is. So the mind structure has to be set properly for the year 2026. So the mind must be ready to think of big businesses this 2026, right? So I'm trying to open up your mind to be able to think more creatively. And when it comes to the thing of the mind, it is about you being able to have the right information. Don't forget that the mind is fed by the kind of information, the gateways, the ears, what you see, and all, right? Those are the kind of things that determines how you are going to be or who you are going to become or what the state of your mind is. If you are listening to wrong information about people, if you are listening to watching the wrong news, whatever you're doing that is wrong, whatever information that you accumulate or assimilate will end up determining the kind of person you're going to be in the year 2026. So how can you finish the year strong? Now I want to help you have break some mental barriers and help you close the year, this 2025, close it in a resounding way that when you step into 2026, you're going to be doing that with a new mindset and with an ability to grow into something bigger than you, manifesting your real self, right? So this is the first thing I want to be discussing. Why do people repeat what they had experienced in the previous years, right? So let's say before you enter 2026, we came to 2025, you notice that all your experience in 2025 were more or less a replica of whatever happened in the year 2023. So you're 2024 now. Your experience in 2025 is a result of what you have done, or is as a result of the same experience you had in 2024. So what are those things? What are the cause of these things? Now the first thing is this: the kind of decision you make. Now decision making is very crucial, right? Decision making can determine the kind of, it's just like you are planting a seed, right? When you plant a seed, after a particular period of time, you would be able to harvest from that seed, right? you might be able to harvest from that seed, and whatever you harvest from that particular thing you have planted, you will end up getting the seed. That seed that has been planted, that seed will be gotten. And the problem of planting something is that you would always get multiple of whatever you have planted. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So a seed of corn falls onto the ground, you have more than a seed. You have multiple, you have a whole cob of corn or maize or whatever it is. A mango, you plant it, the next 4-5 years, you get multiple mangoes everywhere. So when you plant the wrong seeds over the year, you will end up getting a wrong result in the following year. So what you need to do right now, as the year is about to run out, is to sow the right seed. Don't do what you did last year towards the end of the year. Don't do it this year again. You have made a lot of wrong financial decisions last year. You didn't invest in yourself last year. You were investing in oble. I believe I had somebody talking about something like that. You were spending money on things that were not important, things that are not assets, things that don't have the capacity to add more value to you. Those were the things you were spending money on last year towards this time, right? You were trying to meet up with the financial demands and all the different responsibilities, but you were not investing in yourself as a person. So what are you supposed to do this year as the year is running to an end? One of the first things you must do is to make sure that you invest in you. What you should do is take a kind of mathematical analysis or a breakdown and justify how much have you spent to add value to yourself at this year. You've spent money on food, you spend money on your children, you spend money on your family, you spend money on clothes, you spend money on shoes, you spend money on different things. The question is this: how much have you spent on adding more value to yourself? You've spent money on transportation to your work that is paying you your salary and everything, but the question is, how much have you spent on yourself? This is a very crucial question that you must be able to ask and get the right answer to. And the second thing I'll be discussing is the danger of entering the new year with the old thinking or with the old mindset. Now, this can literally deteriorate and reduce your expectation for the year. Now, let me give you an example for myself. When I was entering the year 2025, I started it with a kind of ritual. The ritual I'm talking about is a consistent, deliberate denial and commitment to some specific things that will boost your spiritual, your physical, and your emotional intelligence, right? Those things that that will add more value to you, you ritualize them, you make them very, very important to you, and you are ready to spend money, spend time, and spend your resources on them so that you can get the right result. So you don't want to enter this year 2026 with that wrong mindset you had before now. If you do that, you might end up getting the same result you had last year in this year. I don't know if you get the logic of what I'm trying to say. The same result you got this year, that the habits you did last year, you are bringing into this year. If you do the same for next year, you will also get the same result. You cannot continue doing something, right, repeatedly and expect to get a different result. It is impossible. So you must commit to making sure that you are consistent and intentional about being better than you were last year. The third thing I want to talk about is that you must let go of every regret, guilt, and all the excuses. Listen to me. Everyone made mistakes. Everyone will still continue to make mistakes. You will not stop making mistakes. In fact, this new year you are going to, you might not even stop making mistakes. You might even enter the year with the first mistake. But the point is that keep making those mistakes and forgive yourselves. You might have made a lot of mistakes in the past that you regret, right? But don't dwell in the past. Make sure you reignite yourself and you come out of those things and become a better person, and try and seek for God's purpose for your life and build up from there. You might have made a mistake in the past and you now wallow in that mistake actually, and trying to make sure that there's nothing you can do, God cannot forgive you, or you cannot move forward from there. And in fact, the problem is not about God, the problem is about you not willing to forgive yourself. So you must consciously forgive yourself of every mistakes you've made. Financial mistake, life-changing or life-altering mistakes, business mistakes, marital mistakes, whatever the mistakes you've made this year, don't let it affect your success in 2026. So you must be cautious about forgiving yourself. You must be intentional about forgiving yourself, and that is how you would make 2026 the best of years. And the last thing I'll be talking about today is that there's a powerful, effect of reflecting. You must be intentional about reflecting on what has happened in the past. You must intentionally reflect. In fact, one of the ways to know someone who is very grateful is someone who can think back. Now, what the practicality of what I'm talking about. In this year, there are some people that have done a lot of things for you. They've given you money, they've helped you in your time of need, they've supported you when you needed the most, they've encouraged you when you needed help, they've advised you, they've been there for you emotionally, they've supported your business, they bought from you. This is the time to reflect and pay back those people. This is the time to tell them that you cherish your relationship with them and that you would want to get a better relationship with them next year. Those businesses that has patronized you this year, right? This is the time to start, encouraging them. You don't have to give them the best, or you don't have to give them something that is too high. You don't have to, give them money or give them something that is so, expensive and all. Find a way to express your gratitude to them. Reflect on those who have impacted your business positively. Some people brought a lot of referrals to you this year. How do you want to appreciate them? Is it a call card you want to send to them? Is it a wine you want to buy and present to them? Is it a souvenir you want to send to them? Do you want to just buy them a wristwatch and send to them? Something has to be done to show that you have reflected and you are intentional and appreciative of the gift that they have given you this year. If you don't know how to thank for or give thanks for what you have been given today, to get more tomorrow will be difficult. And that is how you prepare yourself for next year. Now you see some businesses and brands, they are sending messages out appreciating those customers who have done business with them in this year, even as at this time. So you must do so intentionally this year. Commit to excellence. Some people were responsible for making your business grow to 6-figure, 7-figure this year. What or how will you appreciate these people? How will you tell them that you understand their commitment? Your staffs, for instance, how do you appreciate their commitment to you this year? How do you expect them to do better if you don't appreciate them whatever they have done this year? In little ways, in something that you might feel might be insignificant, you can appreciate them and you can show that you really care. This is the way you can get the best of result. I believe you have gotten what I've said in this particular live session. I want you to rewatch this live session as much and as often as possible so that you can get the details of what I've shared. I'm going to be seeing you tomorrow morning or tomorrow, whatever time I choose, to share these tips with you. Tomorrow I'm going to be talking about something that would help your personal growth in life, right? By 2026. Subscribe to this channel, give you a thumbs up whenever you see this video. My name is Akinbola Ezekiel. I'm going to see you later on. Thank you and God bless you.